into, happens to do with how God is making creation and constantly making creation, and we're blessing God for creating the lights, which is more of your light here now. We want more of your light here now. Okay? Or you are the source of all the light here and now. Okay? In any case, going back in the 6 commandments, okay? The 6 commandments, one was fearing God. That's in your hymns of praise. The second one was blessing God. That's in Yotzer HaMorot. The third one is love of God. That's in Ahavat Olam. The third blessing, just before we say the Shma. Unification of God is number 4. Birkat Kohanim, blessing the people, is number 5. And surrendering your soul, number 6. That's Nefilat Apayim. That's after you do the Shemona Esrei. That's 6 mitzvot. And each one is 100 in it. That's 600. Where do the 13 come? When they do the Yud Gimel Midot in synagogue. After they do the prayer and the repetition, the Chazan does the repetition of the prayer in the Sephardic synagogue and some Ashkenaz synagogues. They will do the Yud Gimel Midot Hashem Kel Rachum V'Chanun Erech Apayim. They'll say the 13 attributes. That's 613. So in other words, within your prayers in the Shacharit service, if they do like the Sephardic shul, which is they do Birkat Kohanim, and the Ashkenaz also do it. They just the Chazan does it. It does a quasi modo of the Birkat Kohanim, right? Kind of a fake out, right? Like we wish that they could be doing it, but they're not, right?
Why don't they?
Because they're not happy.
Who's not happy?
That's the reason.
Who's not happy?
Ashkenazim.
The reason why you can do it, and it started off, you can do it in Israel. You can do it in Yerushalayim every day. That's how it started. Years ago. I'm talking about when I got to yeshiva in the 80s, right? We do it in Yerushalayim every single day because it can't be in Yerushalayim and you're not happy. And then it's extended to all of Israel. Right? Okay, we're in Israel. Can't be in Israel and you're not happy.
Unless
right?
you're caught in traffic.
Or no, trying to find a parking space. Give me my meds. Okay?
Handfuls.
And so then, of course, the Sephardic synagogues hold that this is an embassy of the land of Israel, which all synagogues are an embassy of the land of Israel. All synagogues are. But they say, we're happy. We choose to have. Can't be that we're not happy. We're in a synagogue. Right? So therefore, I could be wrong. I'm sure if somebody hears me, maybe I'll ask Rabbi Masri, after, what's the reason why they do it. But I believe, the reason I heard is, in order to have Birkat Kohanim, they have to be happy. That's why they do it on Yom Tov, because they're happy. Because they're happy on Yom Tov. Right? It's Simcha. V'samachta bechagecha. Part of the Simcha.
It's a basic tenet.
They don't do it on Shabbos.
In Chabad, it's basic to be happy.
Do they do it on Shabbos in Chabad?
Yeah.
No, they only do it on Yom Tov.
Birkat Kohanim? You're right. I'm not sure they do.
Right, they don't.
Why?
They're getting there. They're almost there.
They have a different history.
They're almost there. What?
Ashkenazim have a totally different history than the...
Hasidim are not Ashkenazim.
Let's not get into it, please.
They're
not.
Okay?
You don't die.
Okay, we don't fight. We
love every Jew, and there's bottom line, period. Okay? In any case, just they have their minhag. They have their minhag. Okay? All I'm saying is, there's a very unique Zohar that in a simple Shachrit service, you are actually in a micro fulfilling all 613 commandments. Okay? It's an unbelievable vortex that a Shachrit service could possibly express. Okay? So now getting back to the Olam HaKitzu, to the first blessing here.
Question?
Yeah.
So when you do it at home, you're just not doing that first.
You can't do
one.
Baruch Hu unless you have a minion.
Right,
That's true.
so you're missing out on this.
No soul for you. Come back 6 months.
Okay.
Okay?
Try again.
So, you get it, but okay, we can't openly get it. Okay? Okay, it's there. It's never not there. It's just an expression. You don't get the beneficial quality of the open expression unless there's a minion. Yeah.
I'm on page 91, please. And it says, "May you be blessed eternally, our rock, our king and redeemer." Right?
No. You got a different
Give
one
the,
than
give
me.
the Hebrew.
Tisbarech. Okay, I see where you are. Yes.
May you be blessed eternally.
Mhm.
Am I correct?
You're blessing God.
Okay. Tisbarech, which means may you increased our rock. May your
so
awareness
so then
increase.
blessed is the wrong translation.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Take this book and do something with it.
So that's
Save
the
our
wrong
souls.
translation.
Save
so
the
that's what
world. That's right. Right here you heard it. It is the wrong translation.
Okay.
It means increase.
That's what's confusing me then.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking
A
at
lot of places it's mistranslated. You can't do you got to go to the Hebrew, not the English.
Okay, thank you.
The English is,
And then even the Hebrew, you gotta reprogram yourself, because we're all programmed. Okay?
question. I'm sorry, I missed unity. Which is the prayer for unity?
Shma. Sorry,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right. Shma obviously
Thank
is
you.
unity.
Okay. And love is, Yitzirah?
Love is ahava, ahavat olam. That's the blessing just before the Shema.
Yeah, that. Thank you.
Okay? All right. Now, the first blessing, we say, "Blessed are you, Hashem, our God." Here I'm going back on page 85. Blessed, so we won't say blessed. Increased, or source are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, on page 85. I think you're on 85, right there.
88.
Right here, 88. King of the universe, who forms light and creates darkness, makes peace and creates all. Now, oddly enough, I think he might even explain it here. I'm sorry I didn't look at it. Okay, is a verse from Isaiah, but of course, the Anshe Knesset Agadola, the people who wrote the Siddur, changed the wording. The original wording of this blessing is, Baruch Ata Hashem, source are you God, our God, King of the universe, who forms light, Yotzer Or, creates darkness, right? Uvorei Choshech, makes peace, Uvorei et hara, and creates evil. They changed the word. No, that's what we say. But if you look in Isaiah, which is the source of this verse, the word is Uvorei et hara. The question is, why do they change it? Okay. Oh, evil's a thing I just can't relate to, right? Okay. So, 1 second.
Yeah, amazing.
What,
Got my thing too.
what did you find?
Well,
in
the reference, the passage reference,
Yeah.
create evil.
And the original says what?
Create evil.
Create evil.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
They changed. You said they changed it to
No,
create evil.
the original
Create
text
evil.
from Isaiah says create evil.
Oh,
The original the Isaiah passage says creates evil, and Art Scroll puts
Yes,
creates all.
creates what?
Well,
Creates all.
Oh,
Art Scroll translated it creates all,
Change.
but
change
Shachar, right?
Yeah.
but Isaiah said creates evil.
So the
Okay,
other
so-
other religions have the duality.
I'm wondering if
a
That's
good
what the
God
note
and
here
a good
says.
God. Right.
I wonder if that's the correct translation. If evil is the actual correct
No, it's-
translation,
it's-
because
Ra is usually
Ra
the
is
term we use
evil.
for evil.
Right,
evil,
yeah.
Is it only Art Scroll or all those?
No, every
Everyone.
single sitter has the exact same blessing. Go check. There's no
Right, I call.
one
They
thing
always-
they don't change. They changed it specifically. Okay? I'm asking you why. What do you think? Here's where audience participation. I'm not going to tell you.
well, the only thing I can think of is I don't think
Figure
they
it out.
mean
Time's
evil
up.
is in the devil. I think they mean evil is in hard times.
Well, you got
to see how you handle hard times.
Okay,
And so on.
okay. Well, you could look at it this way, and the way some people explain it is this. Okay. we look at the words here, how he changes the words of the blessing. Forms light, creates darkness. Now, forming and creating are different. Creating, we always use in terms of the concept of what's called yesh mi'ayin, which means something from nothing. A novel thing, something that was not there before. Okay? Forming is where you have something there and you just form it, right? Like, for example,
Like
you know,
clay.
you have the lump of, God makes the lump of clay to appear, and then you take the lump of clay, or God takes the lump of clay and forms a lampshade, or whatever, a lamp, something, right? Right? You take something, that pre-existing material, and you make a table or chair or whatever out of the wood. You formed it, right? Creating is novel, and so he goes to forms light, creates darkness, makes peace. That corresponds the other worlds. We're going. See, he kind of jumps, right? Yotzer relates to the world of Yetzirah. He creates light. He forms light. Okay, light was a pre-existing material. Uborei Choshech is something of a novel idea. The Vilna Gaon brings an unbelievable thing down. He says, if you would somehow take and block all of the windows of your house, right? Shut off the lights, block all the windows. What's going to happen? You're going to be sitting in the dark. Where does that dark come from? It doesn't emanate from anywhere, right? It's the essence of the creation. It is there intrinsically. When there's a lack of light, the darkness is there. This relates to what we call in the Kabbalistic doctrine as the tzimtzum. Tzimtzum means the contraction. Meaning before creation, there was only one simple light and simple unity. God, in order to make a creation, had to, so to speak, withdraw himself in a place where the creation was going to exist. So he had to withdraw himself, so to speak. If that's a literal withdrawal or an actual withdrawal is an argument amongst the holy books, a four-way argument. If it's a literal withdrawal, or is it just like he's just hiding but he really is there? Well, in any case, you can't really see him. Yeah. Well, look, for us,
It's
right
intentional
now,
on his part for us to survive.
the idea here is it's a withdrawing, and then when he withdrew, of course, so that made an empty space, or a space where he is not, and therefore that gave the potential for evil to exist. Okay, it's an odd enough, this thing about evil. It's a really strange thing. Okay, because I remember this word by Rabbi Moskowitz told a long time ago when Jacob was wrestling the angel, and he defeated the angel, and the angel was the angel of Esav. He was the archangel of Esav. He looked like the Malach HaMavis. He was the angel of death, as a matter of fact, right? It's like, as a matter of fact, he saw the angel looking like Esav, and when we saw Esav, he saw the angel of death, right? Mass confusion here, okay? Any other guy would need meds. Of course, he was very holy. He didn't need them, okay? In any case, when he finished wrestling the angel of Esav, so he asked the angel his name, and everybody knows the response, which is, "What are you asking me for a name for?" Bizarre response, right? So the idea here is really evil really doesn't have a name. When light exists, evil doesn't have a name. Evil is non-existent. Only when God withdraws himself is there a potential for evil. It's a hard thing for us to get around, okay? Because we see evil and it looks really real to us, okay? And it seems to have an existence all by itself, wherever it might exist in the world.
But it's like denying that evil comes from God is denying that God is one.
So therefore, you have a kasha, a difficulty, that it shouldn't have been left out. It should be there.
Right.
We should say that God created evil. And it makes better sense, doesn't it?
He creates everything, sure.
So the answer I heard is a bogus answer, and I don't like it. That's why I'm asking you. Okay?
No, God creates everything. He creates evil as a challenge to us,
Absolutely.
to hone our spiritual
Yes,
mettle.
really, to elevate the evil.
For sure. No, he
Okay.
wants us to elevate ourselves.
Yes. Well,
to connect with him. He should be our strength.
and the evil
and
is you. We use evil as a
It's a
way
test. It's
to elevate it. It becomes the kisei. It was one of the book that I did in the wintertime, where it becomes a throne. Paro becomes a throne for goodness,
But-
because he's a stepping stone.
Light and dark, at least that's how I was taught, that light and dark are both attributes of Hashem.
Creations for sure, but see, the idea of darkness is a creation, is a novel creation. It was something that was not part of him in the beginning. He had to create something outside of himself, so to speak, that wasn't in him before. It's a wild
And that's
philosophical
darkness.
issue, okay? Of how can you create something if he's everything and there's nothing else?
He's all-
what
all
is he
light.
creating that's outside of him? That's not part of him.
He's using-
Well, wait a minute. He's everything. So does that really? I'll explain it, but okay.
Logic is good.
There's at least there's a teaching that everything in the world has a spark of the Creator in it.
Absolutely.
Therefore, he could very easily have taken these sparks and created with them.
There's good in the evil, sure.
Yeah.
Even,
Well,
but-
Absolutely.
evil.
Absolutely.
and it can turn to complete goodness.
Absolutely, and we have to.
That's our job.
That's
Yes,
our
it
that's
is.
the tikkun
He
we have
put
to do.
everything-
It's so it's, yeah, everything has its way to elevate the darkness that's in it. Everything has its function of doing that. Okay. The interesting thing is, if you look at the terminology, okay, forming light and creating darkness, and then we go to Ose. In other words, I told you that there's 4 realms, right? There's the Olam Asiya, which is the lowest realm of making. Then there's forming. Then there's creating, and then there's Atzilut, which is nearness. So here he starts with forming, then he goes to creating, and then he goes to making. And then he goes back to creating. Ovore et hakol. Now the answer that I heard, which I really didn't like it, I'm sorry to say, okay. The answer that I heard was because the rest of the verse, if you look at it in Ezekiel, says, I forgot the words to it, but it mentions hakol. It mentions the words hakol. You don't have it in your phone anymore. Did you bring it out?
Here,
You do?
I got it.
You,
The middle.
no, not this is the...
This is right here.
No, I'm looking for the Navi.
Oh, the
in the
Navi.
prophet.
Oh, okay.
In Isaiah, sorry.
Got it.
In
Oh,
Isaiah.
would it be down below now?
In Isaiah, okay,
I can get you now.
okay. Ani Hashem osei kol ele. I am God who makes all of these.
Yeah.
So they kind of like, the answer that I heard, and I know you're not going to like it because I don't like it either, is they kind of like, they wanted to abbreviate it, so they went to the cut to the chase, and they used the word hakol at the end. Ovore et hakol.
And left off the
No,
ugly.
it doesn't. I don't like it either, okay?
Because the concept of duality with other religions is there is a God that creates good and there is a God that creates evil. So I
Yes.
guess that they kind of wanted to remove the concept that is such a duality in God. I mean, so by removing the Ra,
But, I mean, by removing the raw, go on.
you remove the equality to other gods, as in he's 2 and no 1, or he's several and
So
no
if you
one.
say osei et ra, if we say it here,
It's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's what
well,
it
it's
is.
kind of like what he said here, kind of like thing, because they want it, you would think that, what?
You know what though?
They're just like there are other religions
Right, that is one of the pantheon.
who have that say there's a God of good and a God of
many-
evil, so we
yes,
would also
like-
get into such duality with that? It doesn't make
Well,
sense.
No, but they were Israel was into the very seduced by idolatry, and the Navis were always trying to, remove them from that concept of many gods, and so I'm assuming, I don't know, that was one of the ideas, to remove the concept that there is 2 or more gods and no one.
Or maybe
Okay,
Catholics
so people would
always say that
if you didn't say
that-
hakol and you'd say boreat ra, you would think that the ra is an entity on
On
itself.
itself, right.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think you
pretty
got
good.
something. Bring
Because
it down. All right.
the Catholics
That's
say
awesome.
that
So you
the
think
devil is
okay,
a fallen angel.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Right.
Thank
He
you.
was an
the devil
angel.
is a Ra, angel Ra. They're Malachim Tovim, Malachim.
No, that he
Ryan.
was a good
That's
angel.
what they think, but we think
I'm just-
there are angels that are good,
Good
and angels that
and
are
they
bad.
didn't. Well,
So here
They don't
we come,
agree with
so
God,
we're going to
that doesn't
conclude.
necessarily mean
Let's
they're
wrap
bad.
it up here, okay? So we're going to conclude with this, like what I said with Rabbi Moskowitz and what Raquel said, okay? Is the Ra really doesn't have an existence, and that's the point here of this blessing. It really doesn't have a name.
We don't have names.
You have to, we are constantly have to be reminded of that by the fact that the Navi said this, and the men of the Great Assembly wrote it this, right? That just juxtaposition kind of thing has to remind us constantly that the evil really doesn't have an existence on its own. Don't think that is it a self-perpetual entity. Once God created it's its own machine. It's not so. It really doesn't exist, and we have to constantly pierce through the mask of matter, pierce through the false mask to know that it's all an illusion. All the evil is really an illusion. Okay, that's the whole point of the change of the word of the blessing, and you ended off uvoreat hakol because it's everything. God is everything. It always comes to that. Everything comes to God made everything. He's constantly making everything and willing everything into existence. And evil doesn't have really an existence, okay, except for just you're not connected to God. Okay, that's the real reality
void.
of it.
It's
It's a void, right? Okay. So, anyways, in conclusions, okay, just to get over what we did, it is called the prayer of sitting, okay, because we are fixing the kisei in this contemplative meditation, right, as just like the world of the kisei, we become in the world of the kisei, therefore we sit, okay? The chazon we talked about, that we know that the songs come from a very holy place if it's from a kosher person, a kosher and proper person, and can actually bring prophecy. And then we also spoke a little bit about the Baruch Hu, 5 words for the 5 levels of soul, that we have to thank God that God gave to us, these 5 levels of soul, that all of the blessings and all the prayers that we say, they are a receptacle to that, okay? With that, we should always be aware of our souls and come to connect more with it each and every day.
Duh.
Okay, go back.
Go.
One more thing.
Go!
I didn't want to go to it on the thing.